You're one of the most successful comedians in the world. You've built your career on comedy. I'm curious, what made you want to do a more serious role?
Just to show growth. I think with anything in life, you always want to progress. Having the opportunity to step outside my comfort zone of comedy and, making a segue into what can be considered the world of dramatic acting, but done in a way to where my following can be a part of the journey of me eventually going over there. This was a baby step. This is a more dramatic role, but there's still some comedy undertone to it. Very personable, grounded, authentic, but just showing that I have the chops to do it. So the movie after this one will then be one that can be another level past this one. It can be a little more serious, but my fan base would have seen this one and said, okay, wow, we know that he can do it. We believe that he's going over here. Oh, I'm curious to see how he is in this one too.
So do you set 10-year goals, 5-year goals?
100%.
Really?
100%. I think you have to with anything that you're doing, because that's your reward. Seeing that you can say things and watch those things become your reality is what puts you in a position to just keep going. Once you see, oh wow, I said I was going to do this and I did it, and now that I'm here, I'm not done. I'm going to set 5 new goals. And I can't wait to achieve these and have the same conversation with myself in years to come. It's just always, it's playing a game with your own mental, I think. And that's why I love writing things down. That's why I love the vision board. That's why I love team meetings and conversation. There's just nothing bad that can come out of them. It's only an upside, no pun intended with the movie. I've been doing comedy and acting for years. But when I stepped on the set and I was with Bryan Cranston and Nicole Kidman, regardless of my level of success or my star, I was a sponge. I was willing to soak up as much information as possible. I was listening, I was watching, and pretty much taking away whatever I could from the moment of working with these 2 unbelievable people. This is an amazing actress and an amazing actor. These are both, they're at the top of their games. They're of the elite. So the fact that I'm in that company, I want to make sure that I put myself in the best position to be in the conversations that they're in years to come.
The path of your career is a really interesting one because you actually hit it big pretty early. You were in a Judd Apatow TV show, which I think people aspire to. And then Hollywood just kind of stopped working for you. And you went on the road and started doing comedy and working your way back up and becoming big. And then when you came back to Hollywood, totally different Kevin Hart at that point.
100%. I did the shows. I worked with Judd, and while working with Judd, I found that it's so amazing to create. But I was like, it's not enough. Like, I'm not going to be able to take care of myself. I'm not going to be able to feed myself. So I made a decision to go and focus on stand-up comedy. I said, I know that this is here, but I can't just wait by the phone. I need to go put myself in a position where I can create, where I can be active. So I went and did stand-up comedy. I said, I want to focus on my stand-up comedy. Over the course of like 3.5, 4 years, I built my fan base up. My fan base was now selling out all shows. So now I don't have to do comedy clubs because now I can do little theaters. Now I've built all of this up by just being persistent and saying, idle time is idle mind.
So this whole time you're making these tours, is Hollywood calling you also? Are you starting to, and did you turn down work that would have brought you back?
Well, it wasn't like I was turning down a crazy amount of work because it wasn't coming in.
All right. So you were able to stay focused.
I was not only focused, I was just determined to make you realize what I am.
Right.
Because I know what I am. Nobody else knows what you are but you. You're your own competition. And when I've realized what I was like, there's no shot at me losing focus. There's no shot at me not finishing the job at hand. By the time I'm done, Hollywood is going to go, whoa, that guy's out there moving tickets. Who is this new star? Keep in mind, I've been around for years. But they don't know and they don't have a real reason to. But now I'm going to force your hand. I'm going to make you aware. That's the beauty of stand-up comedy.
And I've read something you've said before where you talk about not wanting to be work for hire. That during this process, you realized that you were the product and you wanted to own the product. Mm-hmm. How did you come to that realization, and what has that meant in terms of how you guide your career?